Good morning, this is Mama Jess with Skilled Womanhood. If you undertake any kind of gardening or farming, or even just want to have a flower garden or a lawn, you will need to know how to trap gophers. I have learned from incredible organic farmers how to do this. It works almost every time. I can guarantee getting one or two. So I'm just going to tell you first off my tools. I have a big red bucket, so this is the bucket that I keep around my garden so I know where all my gopher stuff is. I think I've got 5 traps. I think they're called the Gopherator. I can't remember. These are the best I have found. They're not cheap. They're stainless steel. They're amazing. I have a lot of boards. You'll find that when you have a hole and it's open, you want to put a board over it and then cover it with soil, but I'll show you how to do that. I have stakes. And on each of my traps, I have this is baling twine from the hay bales we get. But you want to attach this to the traps because the traps will take off. Somehow those gophers, I have found that with mice too, rats, they can just take off with a trap and you have no idea where it went. Maybe they're just having a long agonizing death, I don't know. But I stake these down into the ground because I don't want to lose these. These are like $12 each for these babies. And then I also have some peanut butter. I learned from a professional critter abatement pest guy that peanut butter is something that they really like. So when you're taking a walk in your garden, especially in the mornings, you will find that there are holes, and those holes are gophers generally opening up their tunnel system to dry it out, air it out. Okay, so when I find something like this in the morning, I want to go at it before they get my plants. Probably every single day this week I've had to set traps. I have gophers rampant right now, and they're eating precious starts and things I don't want them to eat. So I'm walking along, I spotted this hole, and I'm going to show you how to set a trap now. Okay, here we go. So I find the hole here. I'm going to be rooting around with my fingers to see what's going on. I also take this copper pipe. You can use any kind of probing device, and I'm trying to find where the direction of the hole is going. It's definitely right here. You can feel it because it's really loose. It kind of just pops through as if there's a airy hole there. Okay, so I'm gonna try to find, my goal is to find 2 directions, okay? The tunnel is gonna have 2 sides to it. Okay, so this is one direction. I can feel the hole. I'm trying to go in as far as I can. Open it up with your hands as best you can. And here's the other one. I can feel it. There's some stones in the way. Okay, definitely a lot. Okay, so you want to remove any of the soil. It's blocking it, okay? So it's ideal to do both sides of this tunnel. I've been able to trap them with just one opening, but this is preferable. Okay, I've already set my traps. I'm not going to teach you how to do that right now. If you buy these, they'll show you how to do it, but I can also, well, let me just do it right now. Okay, it's pretty sketchy like any trap. You want to be careful when you're doing it. Okay, so just watch me here. Okay, so this part closes down, but I'm going to open this up, get this little tag right there, and then this goes in this hole right here. Okay, and I hold it like this. This has to be caught right here over this prong. This has to be set inside this hole. I start here, and then you have to crank it pretty hard to walk it all the way over and catch it. And then I hold it this way. Okay, don't move this out because that's going to close down. Okay, so when I put it in, I'm holding this part down because this is the mechanism. When the gopher runs through this section, it's going to hit this part and knock this out, and it goes and closes it over the whole body. Okay, so now I'm going to tuck it in here. Try to get it in best you can. It's better to not have it just go partially. You want it to go more completely in. Okay. There And then I put each of these kind of more or less going in the direction of, I know the tunnel's going this way and this tunnel's going this way. That's how I do that. Now I've got this opening. I have to cover it over because if I don't, the gopher's gonna see the light and he's gonna start filling up. Okay, I think I like that one. This is a better one. So I see I've got all these different size boards. Sometimes you have like a long swath. Okay, like it'll be a long area, so I have to have bigger boards. So I'm just gonna start here. I'm gonna cover that like that. Maybe I'll do another one right here. Now, you're gonna cover with all the dirt you can. Don't let there be any light. Because again, if they see the light, they start pushing in that direction, all their soil to cover the light. And so then they're not going to actively run through the tunnel like you want. So I got that part. I feel like that's covered pretty well. Now I've tied a bowline knot at the end here of both of these. I'm going to take my stake. You can use anything to kind of pound it down there like that. Okay, so I'm feeling pretty good about this. I might just add a little bit more to cover to keep any light out. But I'm feeling pretty good about this. So it's great to walk through your garden in the morning to find out if there are any holes that you can get to before the gopher gets to your plants. Because generally I know a gopher isn't around because my plant is gone. So you really don't want to lose your plants, especially if you're growing them by seed. Also a tool I use this very narrow shovel. This helps open up if I have to kind of ream out the hole to make it bigger. Of course, tape it. So you know where it is if you put it on the ground. Okay, well, I think that's everything. So I'm going to check this in about 24 hours and see if I've got one. If I don't, I'm gonna do it again. And usually I get it. So I'm pretty confident. The other thing, if you want, you can put a little peanut butter on those traps. I don't always, sometimes I do, but I find that I'm getting them anyway, if I set the trap properly. So I hope that helps you. Don't be scared. I used to be kind of scared of this. And it's also kind of hard to see an animal, be killed. But this is the reality of, if you're growing your own food, you cannot have the animals take your food. It becomes kind of life or death. So that's an ethical thing you'll have to work through on your end. But just know, if you are an organic gardener or a vegan or vegetarian, just know that every vegetable you eat most likely was fertilized by an animal body, whether blood meal, bone meal, feather meal. So if you think that you're purely organic, vegan, vegetarian, and you're not taking any animal products because you don't eat the animal directly, it's highly likely that the produce that you eat is grown with animal products. So that's something that you'll have to work out in your own morality there. All right. This is Mama Jess with Skilled Womanhood. Have a great day and happy farming. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.